Our next guest is somewhat of a miracle. Just make a noise after miracle, like, oh. I'll say it again. Our next guest is somewhat of a miracle. Indeed. She's around about 60 years of age. She can tell you herself, unless it's not part of her act, then she probably won't tell you. She's very old. She's hilarious. She's old and hilarious, so it's good. Shit, let me just start again. The next act is incredible. You should look out for her. Her name is Sue Daffodil. She's not related to David Nahodil, or she might be. I don't know. Let's introduce Sue to the stage.
Good evening, Sue Daffodil. You might ask me, is that your real name? Don't be daft. My name is Susan. Okay, it used to be. Half of it got lost in translation. Here to tell you a few things about myself. Did a course in stand-up comedy for beginners and the terrified. And now I can stand up here and laugh without the aid of a safety net. First thing about me, I'm a born-again Christian. Now, that doesn't mean I think I'm better than anyone else. It just means I believe in someone who is. That's Jesus and that's the Lord, not the swear word. When I became born again, I read in the Bible, you become a new creature. I thought, great, I'll be tall, I'll be blonde, I'll be curvy. Well, I was already curvy. And this is blonde without the bad reputation. And if I'm not tall, I'm not short. I'm not short of anything. And don't say inches or centimetres. I have inches and centimetres, but they're circular instead of vertical. If God was to squeeze me like a tube of toothpaste, I'd be 6'6" and flat in the middle. Thank you. Oh dear. I recently became an Australian after only 37 years. Thank you. I deserve that. It took a long time for the penny to drop, but probably because I was holding on to that penny. You never know when you... Yes. Yes. I came from... I didn't have to answer any questions when I became an Australian because I'm so old, 47. And, but that's just one side of me. The other side's my real age. But I knew the answers. Don Bradman, Ricky Ponton, Gary Ablett, Geelong, Vegemite, Kylie, Crocodile Dundee, Hanmara, and Big Kev. I mean, Kevin Rudd. It's great to be a Scottish person living in Clarence when the mayor is called Jock Campbell and he's offsided as a chip man. Because I come from Scotland where the national dish is fish and chips. Don't believe any of that haggis stuff. I've come from the land of the haggis, woo, the kilt, the heather, the bagpipes, to the land of the kangaroo, the koala, Cradle Mountain, Tim Tams, and there's one great thing for me about being an Australian. That is, no one will ever ask me what a bloke wears under his stubbies. I went to a ladies' prayer meeting the other day, as you do, and we asked God if he would stir up the gift that he'd put within us. And I thought that would be great. I can go out there and heal people. Stretch out my hands and pray for them and see them healed. Off I went. Next day, I met this man. He looked sick. He looked sad. He looked sore. So I stretched out my hand and prayed for him. And he threw up all over my good shoes. Next day I met a woman sitting outside Coles. She looked sad, sick, sore. Stretched out my hand and said, "Rise up and walk." She said, "Rack off, I've just sat down." Next day a woman came and asked me to pray that God would take away the pain in her neck. And I did. And her husband disappeared. My first success. Well, it says in the Bible that a merry heart does good like medicine. We all know that laughter is the best medicine. But where I come from, the best medicine is a wee scotch. So, thank you, God.
Ladies and gentlemen, she's incredible, Sue Daffodil!